Stay for the night as I stay for a beer, and I took it for a sign that I'd met you here. We weren't close when we were close, and I don't think that I will miss you most of the time.
My name is Norman Bahn and I'm from Berlin, and I do music and pictures. The music is sort of a singer-songwriter thing, but I think it's quite humorous, and it's very short songs, deep and short, as I said. Yeah. I started making music a long time ago. I played in a couple of bands, but then I don't know. First the bands were nice, and then they were not so nice anymore. And then I had a lot of songs on the side of the band, and then I decided to just make them myself, and actually enjoy that, just doing the whole thing myself. It's very convenient, and it's sort of this whole home recording thing. You can do everything in your apartment, and you don't depend on anybody. And then when you think it's good, then it's done. My first guitar, I think I got it when I was 6 or 7 even. I started to play the cello, but the cello has very thick strings, and I had very small fingers, and I couldn't really grab them. So without any success, I played cello for like a couple of months, and then I flipped to the guitar. The first songs I actually did were electronic songs. I started working on the computer, and I worked very with Rebirth and sort of these programs, and I did some kind of things that sounded a bit like Fatboy Slim in 1995 or something. And from that I started to introduce some guitar playing in there, and until now I think I kicked everything out but guitar and voice, and that's how the whole songwriting developed. But so actually writing the first song I don't really remember. I just remember this kind of weird electronic thing that I did, which are really strange. When I started playing with the bands, first it was always very complicated. It was always a lot of arrangement going on inside the bands and a lot of compromises, and I mean maybe I'm just too egoistic to stand that, because I was always a bit upset that somebody wants this and somebody wants something else, and in the end I mostly had the feeling that it didn't get as good as it could have gotten. Apart from the first band, which was really cool, which was back in my hometown. But then it started to get complicated, and I just wanted to rely on my own songs. And the songs are very simple. They only have a few chords, and I try to have good lyrics, and I mean really lyrics that say something and are not just there because you need lyrics. And then you don't need much more than a guitar. At least I noticed that. Something dramatic happens in my love life, and then I write some song about it. That's the ritual. Or something very nice happens, of course. So it's a bunch of very simple but hopefully touching love songs. That's what it's about. I mean, I don't want to be the weepy guy who sings about his last breakup. So, and I don't know. I try to keep it a bit lighter. I just thought about a way how to make people more concentrated on what they're listening to. I mean, you could say that it's a very general problem, because people listen to music and they have the TV running and they read a book on the side, so the music becomes some kind of wallpaper in your apartment, and you have some cool record because you know that it's the cool record to have, and it's like a wallpaper. So I thought about a way how to make people focus on the music and what they're actually listening to, and I thought that being that you have like 3 senses basically, and the nose doesn't really count, so you have to do something for the eyes while you're listening. And so I started, being that I studied design here in Berlin at art school, and then I started to work on a book that just makes you, I mean, it's a book where you flip the pages and while you're listening to the songs, and it has chapters, and each song is illustrated with a chapter. And it's not only a photo project, because there's photos and there's a lot of drawings inside, and graphic design and typography. So I tried to, because the songs are very differently recorded. Some of them sound kind of normal, good and sweet, and others are have a lot of crackles inside and are like lo-fi produced. So I also try to change the character of the visual part so that the chapters are very different from each other. And yeah, now I get this book. I think I'm going to play with the band in the future at some point, because this project is so reduced to me. It's all, I mean, all the instruments are played by me, and it's only me singing, and it's very, I think that the next project has to be very different from that, because it's something very special, and you cannot keep on doing another record with these kind of songs, with these kind of recordings. I think it's gonna change dramatically.